Hello everyone, it's time for 4YE's after party on how to get away with murder. Gotta say, this show is incredibly addicting. Oh my goodness. It's completely bonkers. Like, I can't wrap my mind around half the things I'm watching on the show, and it's only the second episode. Right away, we are privy to more flashbacks on the murder that's going to be taking over the season, which, as we all learned last episode, was Annalise's husband, Sam, and her students are trying to cover it up. Whether they murdered him or not, it still remained to be seen. But I don't think they did, just based on some of the things that went on during the episode tonight. But I'm not going to get into too many details. If you want to know more, feel free to read the recap. But Annalise, she's a tiger. She's total boss, as my friend Melissa says. And she proved herself even more of a boss this episode with just some of the creative way she got her client off of murder this time around. Her client, by the way, major creepster for real. Like, ew, 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 ew. The guy has no sense of boundaries. That's all I'm gonna say. I felt so sorry for Wes during this episode because of the client just basically was like, hey, you look good. Why don't you make babies with my daughter? That's gross. Don't do that. But anyway, sorry about that tangent. But Annalise fabulously representing her client, and he got off, obviously, and it was kind of shocking how he got off by admitting to killing somebody else. So I mean, wow, gotta love Double Jeopardy. And I was sitting there watching it, and I'm like, wow, Mr. Swain was right, my government teacher. Double jeopardy. Yep. It's in the Constitution, and if you were already tried for a crime, you can't be tried again. So, and Keating used that to get him off of this one, and it was awesome. And it was kind of interesting to see how her students contributed to her getting her client off. And I gotta say, my favorite student so far has to be Connor. Connor just takes no prisoners, and he is not above doing it illegally. And I guess in a way he's the male Keating, which is awesome. So I love him. I love him. I love him. I love him. Prom queen. I wish as they call her. I'm trying to like her, but I'm struggling because she's too much of a priss for me. And she tries to be too much like Annalise, and that's just never gonna work out. Laurel definitely showed a little bit more strength in this episode, which was kind of awesome, but she's still getting railroaded by everybody, and I'm still trying to figure out how her and Frank get involved later on. But yeah, so hopefully there's a juicy little story as to why they get involved, because right now I don't see it. I don't see how she would be interested in a guy like him. Wes got a little bit of backbone this episode. I really appreciate that. And with the flashbacks, or flash forwards, as I should say, honestly, they're not really flashbacks because it's future events. We see that he has even more of a backbone and more strength, and I'm dying to see how that developed over time, because those events took place 3 months later. So seeing him progress and get stronger with every episode is kind of awesome. So and Keating and him have like an interesting little tension, flirtation, sexual vibe going on. So that's I'm dying to see how that progresses on the show, if at all. Let's see. Keating's husband, he's a liar. He's totally lying about everything, and I'm dying for him to get caught. And Keating was very, very, very close to catching him, but I guess he figured it out. But it's kind of weird that she's so worried about him being involved with Lila's murder, but she still sleeps with him and cries over him. And I'm just like, he's kind of guilty about something, so why are you fighting for this? But I guess she really, really, really loves this guy, so I'm interested to see how that also progresses as the season goes on. Like I said, just when I thought this show was crazy, it got crazier. So far so good, and I'm hooked. And judging by my Twitter line, everyone else is. So until next week, if you want to read our recap and get more details about what happened, feel free. Also, feel free to hit the comments, and I will see you all on the next after party.